And don't forget about fentanyl. Joe Biden is finally talking about how bad it is, now that it makes up almost 67% of the drug deaths here in the U.S. The number of overdose deaths doubled last year, 107,000, 75,000 of those attributed to fentanyl. But if you ask the Biden administration, they're doing a great job.
When is the president going to do something?
So you have seen a 200% increase of fentanyl seizures, which means that we are doing the job of catching drug traffickers. We are securing the border. We are securing record levels of funding from DHS so they can stop illicit drugs from entering into the country.
This stopped. This is being designed to target children. Drug cartels in Mexico want to kill American kids. What is this president doing about it?
To say that we're not doing enough, Peter, is just falsely, categorically wrong, especially on a day that we are observing what needs to be done. And we have announced, DHS has announced $80 million to prevent that. So we are doing the work.
Give me a break. They're saying they're arresting drug traffickers. And guess what's happening after that? They get released on bail, skip their court dates, and kill more Americans with Chinese poison that comes from Mexico. The only thing that is categorically wrong is the idea that Joe Biden has done a thing to secure the border or protect Americans from deadly fentanyl. Joining me now is Derek Maltz, former DEA Special Ops Division Director, a good friend, someone that I worked with many years ago. All right, so let's just get right to it, Derek. The president's press secretary says that they are fighting fentanyl. They're doing so by securing the border and by a 200% increase in fentanyl arrests. What say you about that?
So, Judge, they need to understand that families are waking up every day, 300 a day are dying. The families are very angry. The press secretary is delusional. There's mixed messages. Mayorkas is saying the border is secure. They have operational control of the border. You listen to, like, where is the border czar? Like President Biden said she's going to fix the problem. We haven't heard anything. The president himself said it was an unusual and extraordinary threat to national security, but he has a wide open border. You know what we need, Judge? We need an Operation Warp Speed for the fentanyl crisis. We need to destroy the production labs in Mexico. We need to shut down the money going back, the chemicals going to Mexico. But we also need the Department of Education to be held accountable. And by the way, instead of the Attorney General going after parents, right, domestic terrorists, because they care about their kids' education, why don't they go after the cartels as terrorists and destroy their production labs? Because the American kids are way more important than the multi-billion-dollar enterprise of the drug cartels. And one other thing, Judge, September 17th, they have a rally for the families in Washington, D.C., right outside the president's house. Why doesn't he come out and address the families? Or better yet, invite them, like the DEA did for the Family Summit, and listen to what's going on in the real world, not the Washington swamp world.
Well, you know, Daryl, I must tell you that the fact that there's a 200% increase in fentanyl arrests, I mean, you and I both know that everybody who gets arrested walks out, and we're lucky if they show up for a court date. I mean, the arrests mean nothing. It's a prosecution. It's squeezing them to go up the ladder. Obviously, you know how this works. But what's amazing now is they've got these colored pills now that are intentionally produced to appeal to children. We've got, and this is your word, the undeclared war by China against the United States with Mexico, with 100,000 people dying of poisoning. We're not even talking about kids who are drug addicts. They're being poisoned.
Right, Judge, exactly. So the first thing I want to say is, although I applaud the efforts of law enforcement and especially CBP down in Nogales this month, seizing over a couple million pills, the question to the American public is how many pills got into the country, how many kilos of cocaine and methamphetamine and this poisonous substance mixed in other drugs has gotten into the country. So obviously, if we're losing 300 a day, that's not good enough. But behind the scenes, we have the Chinese transnational criminals using the cartels as the proxies to do the dirty work to kill our kids. And who in America wants to see 13-year-old kids that are blue in their bedroom and their parents finding them dead? It's incomprehensible that this White House, okay, under Joe Biden, there's going to be 200,000 dead Americans in his first 2 years, based on the average of 300 a day dying from drugs. And you know what, Judge? Going back to the border, look what Chief Ortiz said under oath, right? The video came out yesterday,
no
right?
Consequences.
In his deposition. No consequences, but that's the same issue for drug traffickers. Out in L.A., they're delivering 150,000 deadly pills, and the soft-on-crime DA lets them go. In New York, Bridget Brennan, who's a tremendous prosecutor, couldn't hold these guys on bail for 165 pounds of methamphetamine because the antiquated drug laws.
All right,
it's not addressing the synthetics.
Yep, Derek Maltz, I love having you on. I mean, your passion is phenomenal. And the sad part about all this is it's only going to get worse. And you know what? They are killing a whole generation. All right, thank you very much, Derek Maltz.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.